Oh, this is what it's all about right here. So, as we let everybody pile into this live, we want to thank you so much, Clay. Just thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your gifts. I mean, you've obviously used them over the years to rock our worlds, and the fact that we get this time with you today, this is valuable to us. So, thank you so much for this opportunity again, carving out what is an important Friday with the big game being this weekend. You're kicking it off for us.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so honored to be here too, Obi. Just know that it's we haven't been able to access the fans, and the live concerts for so long, and like it's been a year for me, and so being able to be on here and singing a little and exchanging words with each other is really cool. I mean, obviously it's not as good as being there in person, but it sure is good. I'll say that. And I appreciate you and Ashley both for having me on. It's really cool.
Yeah, I've been talking about it all week with Obi, just how, we had somebody, I showed you a picture yesterday that brought in a picture to the studio from 20 years ago that you played a K92.3 All-Star Jam, a show that we still do for, annually every year, which is really cool. And just the fact that Obi and I too, and there's a lot of people watching right now who either would have been at that show or have heard your songs, they know your songs. And a lot of times it just takes people hearing those songs again to be like, oh my God, I love that song.
Believe me, it never gets old, when someone tells you that they have a picture or a memory or, one of your songs fit a certain place in their life, whether it be their wedding or even funerals sometimes, for loved ones are just special moments. And so I've had a very charmed career and man, I got to tell you that music means more to me today than it ever has. I've been out working on our ranch all day and just came in. My face all red. I apologize. I just got out of the shower, but I've been splitting wood and listening to music and getting ready for the show today. With you guys and even though I don't need a lot of practice, I've been doing it long enough. There's still you still get a little butterflies because you want to do a good job singing and you want to do the right songs, and it's still about how do we make the audience happy and so yeah, hearing those memories that you just shared with me about one of your coworkers that has a photo, never gets old to me, at least as an artist.
Well, and real quick, Obi, I'll say this real quick because Clay, you did tell me yesterday how your wife is 13 years younger. My husband and I are 17 years apart, and he pulled these out last night after you and I had saw each other. He had these still.
You married a young guy?
Young at heart.
I'm just teasing you. That's fantastic. Well, that's so cool. You don't even see CDs anymore, so that's really cool. My wife's favorite song of mine is kind of crazy. She was telling me that when she was in high school, she worked at a Smoothie King, and she went out and bought with her own money the Rumor Has It album because it had her favorite song on it, which is Watch This. And that's it's stuff like that. I mean, like even marrying somebody that loves you and is in love with your music is very special. We just had our 5th child, Christian Michael. He turned a month old today. He was born January 5th.
Wow.
So it's life is really, really great. I living the dream, as they say, and it is really. As COVID has been a blessing in a lot of ways for my family. I'm always gone, on regular basis, and so being home has, allowed so many moments that I wouldn't have gotten to see, if I'd been on the road. And I love that. I'm jonesing for concerts and to get back out there, but I think it's taught me a lesson that I'm going to be a little more judicious about how many concerts I do. It's tough. It's going to be tough leaving because they've gotten fond of me.
Well, who else is going to split the wood?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's going to be like 20 tonight, so maybe that's what it is.
So you're so amazing. When Ashley showed me the CDs, I wanted to ask you this question: like who would have known that here we are, where we're celebrating you, and you have affected so many people with the power of music, which is so healing. You were saying that as you were splitting the wood, you're listening to the music, and even your wife is into it. And just what a gift! What a gift you have, and we can't wait to experience it tonight.
It's that way with radio too, and I'm not sucking up. I want to say this real quick. That my dream was always to be on the radio. To have a song that I could be driving down the road, and that was the mark that you knew you made it. And I still remember the first time, and it gives me chill bumps thinking about it. And to have a new song out, our new song is "We All Need a Bar Sometime." It's no less special than that very first one. And that is the truth. I love this, the business part of music. I love the creative part of music. But more than anything, I love the fans. And I love what they have to say, because they're the only reason that I actually record music. And they're the only reason that I am on this show today, and you guys are the best way. Let me just put it that way. The best way to get my music to fans is through radio, through you guys. And when you love it too, it makes it even more special.
Aw. Thank you for that. That's awesome, because we talk about that all the time. And our listeners, we consider listeners our family. And when it comes to the music and the fans, and we always say that, like, they always ask about the artists, and they ask about you guys being genuine people. And I think all they have to do is hop on one of these, and hear from you and your experience in the industry and what it's been like for you to hear that at the end of the day, it is such a genuine family vibe. And us just getting to know you, this is the first time we've ever gotten to meet you. This is so cool for us, where last year before last, there was almost a new artist coming through once a week that we were meeting. But to get to meet Clay Walker and to see this happening in your career, that's a different situation.
Well, that's very fortunate, for me. I'm blessed, that we've had a track record of songs, that have been, some of the, this is really flattering. Like, I recorded with Jason Aldean's producer, Michael Knox. We just finished a record, and I don't know Jason, but Michael Knox said, he goes, Jason wanted me to tell you that, your first two albums were the soundtrack of his life. So it's just, it's really flattering, but to know you can leave a mark like that or make a mark like that. And then especially during COVID, when you were saying, just a year ago, you had a new artist coming through every week, that I feel like the fans really needed. I know myself, I went back to listening to music that I'm close to, that made me feel safe or good or familiar. Wow. And I think that the fans, are enjoying some of the artists like myself who've had music out, and have a catalog, if you will, of songs, and big catalog. And I wouldn't have that if it wasn't for radio. You guys, and make no mistake about it, you do a job, you and Obi work, you do a job, but your opinion matters to our industry. Whenever you play a song on the radio and you get feedback on it, and then you send that up the flagpole to the industry, that's a big deal for people like me. So people like you made my career and helped me to hone in, on what fans were really gravitating to, whether it be a truck, a dirt road, a girl. It's really what they're into.
Right. Well, I know we have an endless amount of songs you could possibly do. So this is all up to Clay Walker tonight. What you want to play. I know there's tons of people. I can see the comments on the Facebook page, people that are just so excited to see you on here, from fans that were there at that show back in the day to some people that are checking you out now. So we're going to throw it over to you.
Well, I really don't have, any songs that I just thought, like a set list, but I've got, songs that mean a lot to me, and we'll just kind of talk through them a little bit, I guess. The first song that comes to mind, I like to sing a song, "Live Until I Die," which is a song that I wrote when when I was 17. And I grew up on this ranch / farm, outside of Beaumont, Texas. And a lot of cousins, our grandma, who is my favorite person that ever lived, and kindest woman ever, non-judgmental, just a good lady. And I wrote this song for her. Skipping rocks, skipping rope, laughing at all my best friends' jokes. Things I loved when I was a kid. Muddy roads, muddy feet. I didn't live on no blacktop street. Things have changed a lot, but I never did. And I don't want to think about tomorrow. I don't need anything money can buy. I don't have to beg, steal, and borrow. I just want to live until I die. Living right, living in this little old town I grew up in. I still held on to my dreams, standing proud, standing tall, standing smack dab in the middle of it all. I don't worry about things I can't change. I don't want to think about tomorrow. I don't need anything money can buy. I don't have to beg, steal, and borrow. I just want to live until I die. And everything around me are things I dearly love. And every night I get on my knees and thank the Lord above that I don't have to think about tomorrow. I don't need anything money can buy. I don't have to beg, steal, or borrow. I just want to live until I die. I don't have to beg, steal, or borrow. I just want to live until I die.
Woo! We're your audience that you can actually hear tonight.
How do you, Clay, can I ask you a question? Like, well, I wanted to ask you a question just because you do it so effortlessly. I know you've been doing it for years, but how do you remember all those lyrics from all those songs? You said it about your catalog. How do you remember all of them?
Well, it's easy, the ones you wrote, because those don't count. It's the ones that you didn't write, which have some big hits that I didn't write, several that I did, but the ones that I wrote, I know where they're going, but I think it's well-written songs follow a certain code, or pattern that's they take you to the next line, I would say. So that helps. And probably, not drinking, whenever you're performing. That probably helps a lot. I like to, have a beer with my friends, after the show and, or a glass of wine or whatever. But I think, I've always been just meticulous about, what's the best performance I can give, for an audience. And I've never had a drink of alcohol, before a show, because I just feel like they've paid money, and I want to sing my best. And some people actually sing better when they drink. I don't. So that's another part of it. But remembering the words is it's been a few times in my career. I probably count them on one hand. Where I actually forgot a word, and I think it's honestly because I have wanted this so bad my whole life. I feel like Tom Brady. Like that dude. It's like I'm not comparing myself as the greatest of all time. I'm just saying that he puts every single thing into football. I put every single thing into music, and I mean into performing music, should I say?
Wow.
Because man, I want to be the best. I'm not the best, so I just keep trying and trying and trying and trying. And every time I get on stage, I'm not kidding you, I try to be better than I was the last time.
What do you think? Okay, not to get all deep on you, but what do you think is the best? What point will that be where you're like, okay, I feel like I'm the best?
I don't know. I don't know if that comes or not. I do know that I could look back at my career, at my singing 3 years ago to today, and I can tell you that I'm a lot better singer today than I was 3 years ago. I started taking voice lessons from this lady at our church. And I had gone in, the church had asked me to sing, a Christmas song or two. And so I went in to practice with the choir, and everybody could sing better than me. And I was like, this cannot be right. How do they have so much economy, of voice? Like, honest to goodness, every singer in there had this amazing economy. They were doing it effortlessly. Their voices didn't tire out. I was just, their pitch was incredible. And I literally felt intimidated by the trained singers. And so I went to this lady in our, and I said, can you teach me what all of you guys know? And she said, yeah. And so she started coming over to my house. We have a piano, and we started, and it was rough. It was really rough starting out. But the point is that I want to be better. And I want to sing. I heard Tony Bennett sing at 91 years old at his birthday party. He sounded phenomenal. And George Strait, good gracious. I want to be that good, in my older age. And I look at Merle Haggard even, not until the very end of his career. Did you see any, type of degradation of his vocal? And I love that. But I have to try. Some people I don't think have to try so hard. It just comes pretty natural to them.
Wow.
Oh, thanks for being so genuine with that.
Yeah. You ready for another one? Or you want to? I'm just loving that everyone is thanking us for having you on. They're so excited. I can see all the comments coming in. There's over 200 people watching just on our Facebook page. A lot of people from Texas, some fans, and probably friends and family. Beaumont, Texas guy right here.
Oh, wow, Beaumont. Well, I got to tell you, and I apologize for how red my face is, but seriously, I got this new firewood processor that Timberwolf let me borrow. I'm a YouTube junkie. So I was on there. And so I called and said, hey, I want to use that machine. Is there any way? And they said, yeah, we'll let you use it. And so I've been using this thing and had a bunch of trees down. And so I'm using the chainsaw and cutting all the trees and feeling, so manly. And it's like, I can't get enough of it though. It's just crazy. And I cut it to the last minute coming in here. I was running through the house. I'm like, what's wrong? I said, I'm going to be late. She goes, what's changed? What's new? But happy to be on. And I was thinking about some of the music that I grew up on, that made me want to, like, oh my gosh. And it was right about the time that Garth Brooks and Clint Black, man, there was such a battle between those two guys, in the beginning of their careers. Clint was huge. Garth was coming on, but, it was amazing. And it was a beautiful time in country music. But there's a Garth Brooks song. And I think when we were warming up yesterday, actually, I was just kind of doing it, but I don't know all the words to it, but I kind of I'll just do a little piece of it. But this old highway's getting longer. Seems there ain't no end in sight. To sleep would be best. I just can't afford to rest. got a ride in Denver tomorrow night. I called the house, but no one answered. For the last 2 weeks, no one's been home. I guess she's through with me. To tell the truth, I just can't see what's kept a woman holding on this long. And the white line's getting longer, the saddle's getting cold, and I'm much too young to feel this damn old. All the cards are on the table, got no waste left in the hole, and I'm much too young to feel this damn old. And then there was this guy that died way too young. You know, I was still in high school, but I loved his singing. Keith Whitley. I know you loved him a long time ago, and even here in my arms, you still want him, I know. But darling, this time your memory died. When you hold me tonight, don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes, let it be me. Don't pretend it's him in some fantasy. Darling, just once, let yesterday go, and you'll find more love than you've ever known. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight, and don't close your eyes. And then, of course, there was this other Texan named George. And I remember I was just a kid in my dad's truck. He had an old step-side Ford pickup, and we were driving down Highway 90 from Beaumont and Divider. And there's this, well, excuse me, but I think you got my chair. No, that one's not taken, I don't mind. If you sitting, I'll be glad to share. Yeah, it's usually packed here on Friday night. Oh, if you don't mind, could I talk you out of the light? Well, thank you. Could I drink you way by? Oh, listen to me. What I mean is, can I buy you a drink? Anything you please. Well, you're welcome. Well, I don't think I called your name. Are you waiting for someone to meet you here? Well, that makes two of us. Glad you came. No, I don't know the name of the band, but they're good. Aren't they? Would you like to dance? And I like this song too. It reminds me of you and me, baby. Do you think there's a chance that later on I could drive you home? No, I don't mind at all. Oh, I I like you too, and to tell you the truth, that wasn't my chair after all. Oh, I like you too, and to tell you the truth, that wasn't my chair after all.
Like you look like you thoroughly enjoy it, and it's fun to watch all the comments. As I went down a little bit earlier, you have Jane Smith, who's watching all the way from Oregon. You've got Rose Hernandez. You've got Rachel. She said Clay could sing the phone book and it would be amazing. So just you do look like you enjoy it, and you know what, that makes us enjoy watching. I know that sounds weird, but we enjoy watching somebody enjoy doing what they do.
Well, it's I didn't even realize I did that a key too high. I had my capo on. I was going, man, that note wasn't that hard to hit the last time I sang that. Whoa. Sorry, but yeah, it was fun to do. Thank you for saying that, Opie. I guess I better do one of my songs or people are going to boycott. Right? So I'm going to dedicate this to Ashley and her husband.
Aww.
Because I know that he knows he's got a good thing and he better treat her right. There's something about the way she's wearing her dress a little tighter. Something about the way she's staring. She's looking to start a fire. Something about the way she's dancing and drinking chilled Patron. If she's lonely now, she won't be lonely long. Heaven help the fool who did her wrong. It's too late, too bad, she's too far gone. He should have thought of that before he left her all alone. If she's lonely now, she won't be lonely long. There's something about the way she's blushing. You can tell she isn't sure. Let you know she's up to something she's never done before. Tonight she wants to hold a stranger, but not the one at home. If she's lonely now, she won't be lonely long. Heaven help the fool who did her wrong. It's too late, too bad, she's too far gone. He should have thought of that before he left her all alone. If she's lonely now, she won't be lonely long. If I had a woman like that, man, I'd let her know. I'd hold her tight, I'd hold her close, do anything, do everything to let her know she ever be alone. Heaven help the fool who did her wrong. It's too late, too bad, she's too far gone. He should have thought of that before he left her all alone. If she's lonely now, Lord, if she's lonely now, if she's lonely now, she won't be lonely long.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, love it.
Cheers to you guys, man.
That is so sweet. He hates being on the camera. So he's like, no.
I loved the CD action. Thank you for that, man. That was special.
Yes, sir.
That was sweet. I love that song.
So that song has been, gotten so many miles out of that. We've been doing a lot of stuff on like TikTok. With that, I've been duetting people and just having fun. I making the best of being sheltered in and stuff, and just I've had fun with it. I gotta say, I feel like I've been able to engage more with my family, engage more with fans, one-on-one. You're not tired. It's like nothing's a grind. Just really enjoying that piece of it. Of course, I want to get back out and do the shows. I've been calling some of my fellow artists, my buddies, and just saying, hey, you guys have any idea when we're going back to work? I feel like we're on strike and we're not on strike. But it's I know as soon as it's safe, we'll get back out there and have some fun. But maybe Florida will be first,
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Well, we kind of tied you into the Kick It Off with Clay this weekend with the Super Bowl in Tampa on Sunday, and Eric Church doing that national anthem. I saw him post, sound checking for that. I wanted to ask you real quick, like that national anthem pressure on such a big national stage.
Ooh, man. I've gotten to do the anthem at a playoff game, for the Houston Texans, and big fan of theirs. Always have been. I wrote their theme song. Every time they score a touchdown or a field goal, they play this song called "Football Time in Houston." And it gets me so charged up. I'm there. Right. You want to talk about no prejudice whatsoever. Every race, creed, and color is up singing that song. And it makes me feel, like a superstar, and I love people so much. And music is the one thing that doesn't divide us. Honestly, it's so good. Country music is, the greatest thing. And then me being able to be on that field and sing the anthem. I'm so proud every year to go out, the first game. It's a tradition that I go out and do the first game of the year, of the season for them. And then I'm friends with the Astros. Been a huge Astros fan since I was a kid, and I got to sing at the World Series on national television. But I can tell you, when you got to do it a cappella and there's no music there, and you're just like, it's just my voice. That's it. You are shaking in your shoes. I don't care who you are. Look, I'm a big old boy. Whenever I'm singing, I get up on the microphone and I'm not scared at all. But I want to say this. People go, "Oh, it's so cool to see your two boys there." I have 2 young sons with me, and little did they know I had them there for comfort. It was like, if I mess up, at least people see the kids and go, "Yeah, look at those cute kids." Yeah. Eric Church is going to be, Luke Bryan did it right a few years ago when Tom Brady was in it then in Houston. I was there in Houston, and so I love Luke, and he's a great guy, and he's so country, So I was thinking to myself, now how's this going to sound? Now I want to sit here. He sounded so good on it. I was like, golly, So I bet he practiced and had a vocal coach. I guarantee you, he had somebody help him with that song. It's so hard to do that song, especially if you start off on the wrong pitch because you're singing a cappella. You got to have. But yeah, you asked me, so there it is. Yeah, Eric Church. Good luck, brother. I'll say a little prayer for you.
Hey, well, we don't know, but we can just, Obie and I talk about it on the show. We've been talking about it all week. How much pressure there's got to be, and how nerve-wracking.
He's freaking out. I promise you, there's no 2 ways about it. Because here's what happens when you get nervous: your throat gets dry. Your throat gets dry, literally. Like, I'll bet you if you look over, if they show anything off camera, he's got a bottle of water or Jack Daniels or something. He's sipping something like this because it's his throat's I love it. So I'm just glad it ain't me. I'm glad I get to watch.
Hey, I love something that you said, because this is something that has kind of been ongoing in my house, where I tell my kids, a lot of times, even if you've got natural talent, there's nothing wrong with bringing in a coach. You could still be a natural talent, but bring in a coach. There's nothing wrong with fine tuning your skills. And so you shared that with us earlier about yourself. And then you just shared, of course, if Luke Bryan had one for the national anthem. I just love your openness about, hey, you can be a natural talent, but sometimes natural talents need some brush up.
I'll say this, and this is true. There's a lot of singers out there that tell you they've never heard a voice lesson. That's fine. I never had a voice lesson either. But if you want to be great, you can't do it without a coach. I don't care. Tom Brady didn't become great on his own. He had coaching. All these gymnasts, these Olympians, every single one of them. All these athletes you see make it to professional football, and not one of them made it there without coaching. And if you want to be great, you better find some coaching. You want to be good, just go on your talent, but you want to be great. You want to reach for greatness, you better have a mentor. And that goes for any line of work. I don't care if you're a psychologist or psychiatrist. You still have to, got to have it. If you're in radio, I mean, surely, Obi, you got a coach.
Yeah.
I mean, so but that's my kids, funny. I want to be honest, man, my kids. I'm sorry.
No. Keep going.
I was saying, well, we have some latency in our internet here out in the country, so way out here, believe me. So I sorry that it was kind of spaced on top of you, but my kids are super averse, do not want any teaching. They think, like my son, I'm gonna name. I got 4 sons, so one of them said to me, he was 4, and I said, hey, I want to. Let's take a look at this. I said, why don't we get some lessons on this? And he looked at me and goes, I already know how to do that. I'm like, oh, I said, you're great. I said, but I could not talk this kid into getting any coaching whatsoever. And I said, Dad gets lessons. Dad gets lessons and stuff. All of it. Anything I want to do. I get guitar lessons, golfing lessons, riding horse lessons, from great trainers. Man, I'm always seeking great knowledge. So I would tell anybody out there this, no matter what you do in life, my dad was a welder, and he started me out welding, and unfortunately he passed away at 62, just 10 years ago. And I've been taking welding classes because I really do. If I like it, I really want to be good at it. It's not just something that I don't want to put any time into anything. If it, I think I heard Cal Ripken say, he goes, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Like if I want to take it on, I'm gonna go all the way.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. So our program director here in Orlando, huge Tom Brady fan, and we always used to razz them all because we weren't really Brady fans. And Obi and I myself, I know I told you this yesterday, Clay, both from Florida. And so he talked about Clay being the GOAT and the best, and he'll bring the videos, and even he has a throwing coach still, you know what I mean? But you're right, for any line of work, no matter what you're in.
Wow. And, this new album that I just made, the singing on it, I was meticulous about the singing and the production on it. We had so much fun doing it. I wrote every song, or co-wrote every song on the record. And that was a feat, to do that. I've never done that before. I've written, most of the time I write about half or a little more of the songs that I sing. And then this time, Michael Knox, he said, man, he goes, and this is what's crazy. Like I was a baby when I got in this business, and Michael Knox said, I sought him out. I said, I want this guy to produce me. And so my manager, TK Kimbrell, went to him and he goes, hey, he wants to produce. He says, not only does he want to produce you, he's a huge fan. He wants to get on a video call. And I said, okay, let's get on a video call. So we get on a video call. And he goes, and he pulled up a picture. And it was at my number 1 party for this woman, for this woman and this man. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, you look like a baby there, and he goes, so do you. And I said, man, why were you at that party? He goes, I found this woman and this man for you, that song. He said, I was the plugger on that song. I said, you can't even make this up. This is crazy. And he said, man, he goes, I want to make a Grammy award-winning album on you. He says, whether we win a Grammy or not, let's try to make a Grammy award-winning album. He says, I want you to write every song. And so, I got in there with the great writers, and And at first, you know, I was intimidated by the new writers because, man, they are really good. There are some they start out with tracks now, you know, instead of just sitting around with the guitar and writing. They already have a track built, and it's or a lot of them do, and just it's just everything is upgraded in our business, and I'm glad to be part of it. I'm glad to you know, still have a chance and a place to be in it. It's great.
Wow.
What would you were talking about, they have tracks, and you said it's a little bit intimidating when it gets into the songwriting, and how you had such a part in this project, which we did have somebody, I think it was Shelly, ask when that album's coming, if you have an official release date.
Can you, is that my phone right there? Let me let you hear a little piece of it. So it's I just got the mix today of the album, literally.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, like, my wife hasn't heard this yet. Right? She went to Panera or somewhere. I said, you got to get the kids out of the house. I said, they cannot be screaming and going crazy and sound like a tornado's happening in the house when we're doing the deal today. So she left. We only have 15 minutes, guys. No, I'm joking.
Hey, I know that life. I know that life.
Hang on a second. I got to get this. Can you see if you can find this from Michael Knox? Oh, no, it's in my downloads on my. Would you look at it on here, Michael Knox? Yeah. We're going to try to pull up a song, but there's.
What a treat.
Oh, it's so cool. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of it. I mean, like I was jamming it in my truck like this morning when I first got it. And I only had 3 songs. I knew what I was on there, but I mean, I had it cranked. That F-350 with the doors are about to rock off of it. Oh my gosh! But I'm happy. I'm super pumped about the record because it's all modern. You know, it's ready for the radio. It's ready for. But then there's a gem or two in there, you know, that kind of throw back to some music that people are gonna just go, man, that's classic Clay. You know, and that feels good too, you know, because I know how fans are, you know, like when George Strait was coming out with a new song, you know, all the time, I'd be like, man, I like this one, you know, I like going back and listening to Easy Come, Easy Go, or, you know, or Desperately, or, you know, different songs. But man, as I've listened to his career, I'm like, that guy is somebody to follow. You know, he definitely knows how to keep it radio friendly, radio ready, you know, and fit in there with the fans too. Is there something you guys want to hear, Ashley? You want to hear me do? No, singing.
Oh my gosh.
This up.
What's It to You? I love What's It to You.
It's on downloads. What's It to You? Is that what you said? Okay.
I'm looking to see if any of your fans on here ask for anything specific too.
Okay. Yeah, just tell me what you got there, and I'm gonna do a little piece of a few songs so we can get some of them in. Does that sound good?
Absolutely. That's all you.
Okay. Can you guys still see me? All right. Okay. Now, here's what's crazy. I don't play this song very well, and because I have my whole career, this is the one song that I take my guitar off for, and I just sing it, right? I just sing it, and it's the hardest song that I have to sing, actually. And I still hit all the notes and everything, but I miss some of the chords sometimes. And I was on the Bobby Bones show, I don't know, maybe a few months ago, and the girl that's on there, she's really kind. I'm drawing a blank on her name, but
Amy,
she goes, I noticed that. What's that?
Amy.
Yes, Amy. She goes, yeah, it was Amy. And she goes, she goes, it sounded just a little bit different than the record. And so I'm sitting there going, did she really just call me out? And she did. She so did. And I kind of went, man, I thought this was going to be some softballs I was getting in the lob. You know, no, I mean, whoa. I was like, wow, okay. Yeah, Amy, thanks, you know, but I missed a chord, but it's, I'm going to sing a verse in the chorus for this one, okay? And then we'll come back and do some more, right? What's that? I hear angels singing, telling me to make my move. Listen to it, their voices ringing, baby. If you feel it, get in the groove. Love is a rhythm of two hearts beating, pounding out a message, steady and true. Talk to me, baby, tell me what you're feeling. I know what love is, what's it to you? I didn't miss any chords. It must be Ashley. That's why I didn't miss any chords.
Sounded great to me. Woo!
There we go. There you go, Amy. Oh, that was funny. You think that there's a... I'm going to do a couple more songs. I mean, I'm really having fun. Are we on a time frame? Are we okay right now? We're good. I don't want to overwork you guys. I mean, I know that you do get overworked. Believe me. I know that.
You're fine. I mean, you have to understand that for us too, we have not seen any shows.
Yeah.
So this is amazing.
And everyone on here too feels like you, Clay, you know, that feeling of missing the live music, and especially someone like you that, you know, the shows are few and far in between over the years. So this is everyone's loving it.
Well, me too. Me too. A lot. So this is my favorite song to sing every night. Live Until I Die is probably the one that just, you know, because it's my autobiography, you know, so I wrote it by myself, wrote it when I was 17. You know, that song has so much meaning to me. But this song, just from a soulful standpoint, when I get on stage, it doesn't matter through the years, I still love this song. It just has that place for me, you know, soulfulness. And I'm always looking for this kind of song when I'm recording. Like when I did Fall, you know, song Fall, and I Can't Sleep. There have been a couple of different times I've gotten close, but never really quite right on top as good as this one, I think. Tried so hard just to talk to you. Haven't heard half of what you want me to. Hurt so bad over where we've been. Don't know how not to go back there again. I know what I want to say. Can I get it through to you now in some other way? Like there was this woman and there was this man. It was this moment they had a chance to hold on to what they had. How could they be so in love and still never see? Now nothing could be sadder than this woman and this man. Stranger's eyes and a lover's face, see no signs of a better time, place. I haven't lost the key to an open door. I feel the need to reach out to you even more. It's a circle we're going around. We don't get us out from under, it's gonna take us down. There was this woman, there was this man, there was this moment they had a chance to hold on to what they had. How could they be so in love they'll never see. Now nothing could be sadder than so woman, this woman and this man.
Clay, where did you get this talent from? Like, where in the family tree? Where in the family tree? Which branch? Does it come from mom, dad, grandpa? Who?
That would cause a fight. No, all my dad's family, were musicians. His dad played for Tex Ritter, and they were all from Beaumont. And my mom's family is a lot of them from Oklahoma, and they are all musicians. And so, every time my dad tried to say, "Yeah, he got that for me," my mom's, oh. And it was funny because my dad only liked country music. There was nothing else. I mean, like nothing. He kind of was the epitome of that old saying, I like both kinds of music, country and Western. I mean, it was, and my mom, though, was the only person that he would allow to turn the radio channel in his truck. Just her. Because she liked Bob Seger, and so she would play some Bob Seger, and I kid you not, man, he wouldn't sing along with it, but he wouldn't say anything, but I couldn't change the channel, but now I didn't want to, but that was too tall, could have used a few pounds. Tight pants, points, hard to renown. She was a black-haired beauty with big dark eyes. Haunts of her own, sitting way up high. Way firm and high. Out past the cornfields where the woods got heavy. The backseat of my 60 Chevy. Working on mysteries without any clues. Working on the night news. Trying to make some front page driving news. Working on the night news. It's summertime. Searching for some pie in the sky summit. We were just young and restless and bored, living by the sword. And we steal away every chance we could. Back streets, alleys, trusty woods. I used her, she used me, but neither one cared. We're getting our share. We're working on the night blues. Trying to lose some awkward teenage blues. Working on the night blues. It's summertime. Sweet, sweet summertime. Felt the lightning and waited on the thunder. Waited on the thunder. Woke last night to the sound of thunder. How far off, sat and wondered. Started humming a song about 1962. Ain't it funny how the night moves when you just don't seem to have that much to lose? It's strange how the night moves with autumn closing in. See, that was one for me, right? I just took it to a place I wanted to go.
Yeah, but everyone's loving it.
Yeah, they are. I wish you could see the chat. So I'm gonna piggyback off of what I just asked you about. Where did that come from in the family tree? And I want to piggyback off of, what about your kids? Do you already notice? Is there something that you want for them? I mean, it's been passed down to you. They surely are gonna have it.
You know, I have all my kids in music lessons right now because I just made the choice that, you know, they don't have to become musicians, you know, for as a profession, but there's it helps connect a lot of, I guess, brain cells to, you know, figuring things out, you know, and life is tough. And, you know, the one thing I want to be able to give my kids is not money. You know, it's being able to problem solve. And when you have to learn how to put chords together, and it's not that hard, believe it or not, it's intimidating when you don't know it. But not being afraid to tackle something you don't know. And all of them now, you know, they have multiple instruments. And you know, my girl Mary Elizabeth, you know, she thinks she's going to be Shania Twain or Taylor Swift. I mean, she's 11, and you know, I've had to watch every Shania Twain video. Man, that's hard. And you know, it's funny, you know, her mom keeps an eye on me. She's just kind of like seeing how much I'm enjoying it.
But Shania is one of the best.
Yeah, you know, and then Taylor, you know, Taylor Swift is phenomenal, and so she's got the vinyl Taylor Swift records, you know, and so she's always got it going in her room, and she like, I got, you know, 4 boys, 3 of them that actually could play instruments and stuff, but she's the killer, man. I mean, she's the one that is like, Dad, so tell me, in the music business, you know, what exactly do I need to focus on? You know, I'm like, well, how about nothing? I mean, just music. You let me take care of the business side of this. Just leave it alone, you know. But yeah, I'm like, it's happening too fast. But and I mean, I've got Any Man of Mine swinging around in my head right now. I can't even get it out. But yeah, that's I think she's going to be the one. You know, I think she's the superstar.
Well, and what a cool opportunity you have to kind of guide her, you know, and be like, hey, don't go this way. Don't go this way. You go this way. You're going to be good.
Yeah. She's already got great presence, and her mom is a real, you know, how should I put it? Just naturally beautiful and very, very simple, you know, and I love that. You know, and then we turn on Shania Twain. She's got all the big hair and everything. I'm like, oh man, I know it's coming. You know, your blue jean jacket, the whole deal, cut out sleeve. I mean, it's coming. You know, but yeah, it's very, very, very proud of that, and you know, to make that. I got so far off base. I don't even know what you asked me, Obi. I'm sorry.
No, just about your kids. If you ever wanted to see them in music, and we got our answer. Your boys are playing instruments. Your girl is a superstar, and you're carving her right now with the responsibilities you have as a dad, and as a dad who's walking through it already.
Yeah, and it's really cool. You know, my new song, "We All Need a Bar Sometimes," came on the radio on. The other day, we're in the vehicle, and I had the radio down because we were going to this ice cream place, right, to get all the kids ice cream. And Mary screams so loud. She goes, Dad, you're on the radio. And I was like, well, I mean, I'm used to being on the radio, you know, but she goes, no, the new one. Turn it up.
Awesome.
And it was the first time. So it was really cool that as a family, you know, we all got to hear it. And it was just a couple of days ago. So
what a cool dad moment too, because there's something that our kids can say to us, and Ashley, you'll get this. There's something that our kids can say to us that it's better than any award. It's better than any patch that you could sew on a Girl Scout sash. I was gonna say uniform, but I didn't want to offend our military because a Purple Heart is pretty. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying about parenthood.
No, it is the greatest thing on earth. And, you know, I have friends who don't have any children, you know, and they think they've got it made, you know, and I'm like, that's fine, man. These kids aren't for everybody, you know, and I'm thankful that there are those who, you know, want kids and it fits them, you know, right down to the ground. And so that's where we are, man. Look, I'm a person that likes to be entertained. That's why I have so many of them. You know? It's so funny, man. The stuff they say blows my mind, you know, and you know, just words that come out of their mouth that they think mean one thing and don't mean that at all. It's like that, man. It makes my side hurt, you know, and but you know what I've noticed about kids in particular, and I think I've always known this about them. They seem needy, but they're only needy for a few minutes. They, you know, if you give them, if you, and I mean totally dedicate 3 minutes to them, you've worn them out psychologically. They're gone. they just go somewhere else. I mean, I'm serious. But you got to give them the undivided 3 minutes and start asking them questions, you know, that make them uncomfortable. You know, like, what do you want for dinner? What would you like to eat? How about a vegetable?
Clay, I know we don't have a ton of time with you, and I know we want to do some more songs, but I would love for you to tell the story about the TikTok that you told me yesterday, because somebody mentioned TikTok over here and that whole resurgence. And especially as you're talking about your kids, where even Obi and I, and like, we're constantly being told we need to be on all these platforms, you know, as media personalities, and TikTok being one of them.
Right now, TikTok is the best. I can tell you, it just is, because it's not long. It's a short format. Doesn't require a lot of time, but man, I mean, there's some stuff that you will pee your pants watching some of it. I'm serious. It's like, but there's a lot of great stuff with my fans, and I don't know which one it was what I told you, but like this guy from Scotland that can sing This Woman and This Man in this Scottish accent that'll blow your mind. He's a young guy, man, and he's so amazing. What was his name? Cameron Barnes. Go check him out on TikTok, right? It's the most raw Scottish accent you ever heard in your life. And we did this whole, I called him and I said, hey, would you FaceTime me and just let me record it? You know, I want some of my friends to hear this accent. You know, most of the time people are making fun of my accent, you know, if I go to Canada or wherever, they're like, you know, so but what was the one I told you, Ashley? What was the TikTok?
Just how the girl in your hometown of Beaumont had recognized you from TikTok.
That was great. Yeah. So so I went out to my dad's grave, to our family cemetery, and I was on my way back to Galveston, and I stopped in this place called Pine Tree Lodge. When I was a kid, we used to go there all the time, and it was just like a really hole in the wall dive, you know. And I'm pulling the parking lot. It's like, you know, 25,000, 30,000 square foot, you know, Metroplex or something. I'm like, good gracious, it's packed. There is not literally a parking place in the parking lot. And so I put my mask on with my godfather and my first cousin, and we walk in, and I got my mask on, and all these tables, you know, it was kind of like age group segregated. You know, you had the tables of the 20 somethings, you know, the tables of the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. I mean, just all the age groups. And so I'm standing there with my mask on, not a cowboy hat, just my Carhartt hat. You know? So they go, I started seeing people looking at me. I was like, I probably get noticed, but I haven't been out in public in so long. I haven't been in a restaurant since March, you know? So I was like, this is crazy. And so you go in, and so some people get up and come over to me and they say, are you Clay? And I said, yeah. And so I started taking pictures with them, and I was loving it. And, you could take your mask off once inside the place. And man, they had a band going, dance floor. This place was packed. This is my kind of place. I mean, it's, you know, just blue collar, beer drinking people, just having a good time. And so I could see there was this girl, she's probably in her 20s, and she kept looking at me. And finally she walks over to me and she says, "Can I get a picture with you?" I said, "Yeah." So I take a picture. And she goes, she's looking at me like with this confused look. And she goes, and she goes, "Where is your ranch?" And I said, "Why do you ask?" And she goes, "Well, I only know you on TikTok." She goes, "But all these people are acting like they know you here and like grew up with you or whatever." And I'm like, I said, "Where are you?" I said, "Where are you from?" She said, "Beaumont." And I said, "Really?" I said, "So am I." And she goes, "I didn't know that." And I'm like, what in the world? I mean, so there's a whole new audience out there, you know, that doesn't know a lot about me. And it's very cool because, you know, they think I'm a brand new artist and I'm going with it. I'm like, this is great. You know, this is fantastic. I'll go with it. And so I love it. So I love TikTok. It's really fun. And I don't know how long it'll last. You know, it seems like these platforms come and go pretty fast. You know, another one comes in. But I'm having a lot of fun with this. And you should do it. It's really fun. And people engage with it. And like we went gangbusters on it. You know, we just started putting time into it. And we started noticing that, man, my fans really like to engage. And to man, there's nothing I could like more than that. So good story. Yeah. Grade it from 1 to 10. What do you think? 7.5?
That's a 10.
It's a 10.
I love that. I love that you were both from Beaumont. Like if she was from another country or something, maybe it would make sense. Like, oh, okay, she didn't know your history, but like homegrown.
So, you know, some guys that came out before me, Mark Chestnut was from Beaumont. Great singer. He was a few years ahead of me in school, so I didn't really know him in school, but Tracy Bird, also a couple of years ahead of me. And so a lot of talent came out of Beaumont. But there was a song that we all knew, all three of us. And we would go out if they were playing a bar, and I would go out and sit in with them. Like they'd let me get up and sing a song with them. And if I was playing a bar and they happened to be off that night, this is all in Beaumont. You know, there were literally 3 or 4 or 5 bars that had live country music when I was growing up. And that's how you made it. That's how you cut your chops and all that stuff. But this was a song that we would all sing, and it was an old Hank Jr. song. And Alan Jackson redid it later on, but I'll just sing a little piece of this. I love this song. And it reminds me of Beaumont. I'm just a singer, a natural born guitar ringer, kind of a clinger to sad old songs. I'm not a walk behind her, I'm a new note finder, but my name's a reminder of a blues man that's already gone. So I started drinking, took things that messed up my thinking. I was sure sinking. You came along. I was alone in the hot lights. Not too much left inside. You changed all that one night when you sang this song. Hey baby, I love you. Hey baby, I need you. Hey baby, you ain't got to prove to me you're some kind of macho man. You wasted so much of your life running through the dark nights. Let me shine some love light down on the blues, man. A little throwback, a little memory. So let me do our new song. We all need a bar sometime. And did we find any of the songs on the new album? Hey, you want to hear something off the new album real quick that nobody's going to get to hear? Let me just play
Yes.
a couple of these. I don't know how they'll sound through this microphone. Let's play. Listen to this. Ready? Like to come in here long, turn it on every once in a while. Stir up some strong, get gone, let the past come alive. I ain't hiding or lying or trying to drown any pain. I just want a little moment between me and the good old days. Don't know what it is, but what it is, girl, I still miss you. Something good, so good about this place brings me right back here with you. Yeah, we leave it back, light it up, tip it up, till the answers leave. If you see me drinking alone and I don't feel sorry for me, I'm just catching up with an old memory.
Wow.
Okay, one more.
How cool is this, guys?
Well, and what I love too is that you're only sharing with us the beginning of the songs because it's typically towards that middle end that you really start to rock out.
Oh yeah, Obi, you know it. Got some hometown dust on our boots. Got a long line of raising hell in our roots. We ride around on diesel smoke, living kind of high, living kind of slow. Way out here, out on the countryside, way past the red lights. Live for the paydays and live for the nights. Out on the dirt roads, kick back to something cold. You can never with a girl that likes to take a ride. Out on the countryside. We're still going.
So cool.
Yeah, this is so cool because a lot of times people want to hold this. They want to hold it to themselves until it's release day. So thank you for this.
Some wanna work that dirt, some wanna chase them stars, some wanna put their boots up and stay right where they are. Some wanna be a little bit top shelf, some want a little more. Some wanna reach for something that they never had before. Some wanna live that high life, some wanna taste that fame, some wanna sunset right off and come on kind of way. Some wanna keep it small town, some wanna be a rolling stone, some wanna find something better somewhere down the road. And I just wanna hold you. I just wanna hold you. I wanna see you out. I wanna be your man. I wanna make you smile like nobody else can. I wanna make some memories. I wanna be in your world. I wanna love every minute that I've been given with you, girl. Some wanna live that high life. Some wanna taste that flame. Some wanna sunset right on. Come on, kind of way. Some wanna keep it small town. Some wanna be a rolling stone. Some wanna find something better somewhere down the road. And I just wanna hold you. I just wanna
So good.
I'm like a kid right now, right? I'm like a kid that's just so excited he got a new toy.
Well, yeah. You pour your heart and soul into this, and to share it with us, seriously, that is amazing. And I wish you could see some of these comments too, because they're even saying they wish you could read them all to know how grateful they are for you sharing that tonight.
Oh, I'll reap the wrath tomorrow, and my manager says, "Why, Clay? Why?
Oh.
Just let it go viral." That's all I'll say. Just don't worry about it.
We'll make a TikTok out of that.
It's fun. I'm having fun, guys. I love my career. I love my life. I've had some rough times in my life. And you know what? It makes it all that much sweeter. All the tough things you go through. I know there's a lot of people, watching and feeling the music and feeling happy right now. That's what it's about. There's enough time for sadness. It's great to have some moments like this one. And that's what concerts do. Concerts put you in that happy place, man. It's you deserve it. Work hard, so hard, and then you get to go out. But we're doing it right now. And then we all need a bar sometime. That's our single right now. So I want to do that for you guys. And I appreciate the hosting job. You guys are phenomenal. And you actually, if I can pay you the ultimate compliment, because it's rare that you have two beautiful hosts like you guys. And no, it's rare that they give you the floor. They always want to talk on top of you or do all you guys are so selfless. It's refreshing and kind of crazy. Wow, I love it.
Thank you for that.
You got my vote, man. You got my vote. You guys are great.
You.
So here's this song. Yeah, you might need a taste of tequila, cold beer on an old bar stool. Might want to kill a little time after you knock off at 5 to kick a little dust off your boots. You all need a bar sometimes. Lean back with a long neck on a neon night, somewhere you can sip and unwind, or hang out with a party crowd to closing time. You might be drowning or leaving, or just here drinking. We all need a bar sometime. That's right. You might need it for meeting somebody. You're learning to let someone go. Wanna turn that jukebox up, or light one up, or just get lost in the smoke. We all need a bar sometimes. Lean back with a long neck on a neon night, somewhere you can sip and unwind, or hang out with a party crowd at closing time. You might be drowning or leaving, or just here drinking. We all need a bar sometime. That's right. You might be drowning or leaving, or just here drinking. We all need a bar sometime. We all need a bar sometimes. Lean back with a long neck on a neon night, somewhere you can sip and unwind, or hang out with a party crowd to closing time. You might be drowning or leaving, or just here drinking. We all need a bar sometime. Yeah, we all need a bar sometime.
That's awesome.
Man, thank you guys. And speaking of that, I think I'm going to head off to the kitchen and do that thing right there.
Well, let me pay you the compliment, because I think the only thing that I wish for people in country music more is that they would get to meet their artists, because it's one thing to be a Clay Walker fan, but to be here with you right now and to hear the way that you love the music, to hear that you're pumping into your kids, to hear that it came from your parents. Like, there's just so much that makes me say, new album. Yeah. I'm invested. I'm invested.
Obi, thank you for that, man. And I hope that the fans realize that you love Obi and Ashley, and they wanted to bring something like this to you guys, because they too are givers. You know, people in radio are not takers, are givers. You know, and artists are that way too. And I think that's what makes this so fun. And the fact that you said, "Hey, I'm invested," that's a big deal, man. Thank you for listening to those new songs, you know, because they too are like children. You know, if someone goes, "What's your favorite song?" You're like, "Is that a trick question?" I'll never forget. I was in a live concert, and there were these two twin girls. They were about, I don't know, maybe 5 and 6 years old in the front. They were with their mom and her mom's best friend, and I think an older sister was there too. And so the one of the twins said something to me about her mom, and I looked at the other and I said, "You know that's her favorite." And the whole audience, it was just, but I gave them free T-shirts and hats and stuff. So it was yeah. But man, I like to have fun, Obi, and thank you for being invested. I'm invested in you and Ashley now, and I hope you guys win every award possible at radio.
No, well, thank you so much.
What can one say?
Seriously, we were just excited, Clay, for real. Now it's so cool too, you know, on our side, to see all of your fans that came here to watch you tonight, that knew it was going on, that maybe whether they listen to K92.3 or not, there was somebody from Italy,
Right?
You know,
Clay 92. What was that?
Clay 92.3.
I love it. You're the man. Thank you for being awesome. Yeah.
Obi needs to lock himself in the studio, you know, like they did for Buddy Holly, and says, "It's Clay 92, Clay Walker 24/7." Please for one day.
Right?
All right. You can make that happen.
Clay, thank you so much for your time. And we know you got a newborn and a whole family there, and to share some of that music off the new album, that's always exciting for everybody when it hasn't been heard anywhere else. So that means a lot to everybody.
Well, thank you for saying that, and I know they're not back yet, or I'd hear them. I'm so happy, and I'm glad, you know, that I got to share this time and bring some happiness and feel happiness too. You know, even though I can't see the fans out there, I know they're there, and thank you for informing me of the comments, and you've been putting some across my monitor here, and that's really kind. I love all the stuff, and some of the people, you know, coming from Germany, Italy, different countries, and then Oregon, of course, and different places, Montana. I saw. So cool to be here with you guys, and you know, feel a unity, you know, together around the music. And you know, the only way it could be any better is if we had a campfire going, and we were all together, you know. But this felt really, really special, and I feel like I'm in your living room today. So you made it very homey. And
well, all of you are in my bedroom. Ashley, is that your bedroom?
This is my bedroom, you know, so
as intimate as it gets.
So as radio folks have to do, Clay, you know.
Well, I'm not in my bedroom, but I'm in a safe place. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, again, and we want
thank you again. Thank you, and my best to all of you. God bless, and please stay safe. Amen. And
Amen.
Be kind to each other. You know, it's tough times out there, and I think we all need some kindness. You know, and if we learned anything through all this, man, we need to show love to each other. Show a lot of love.
Well, continued blessings to you, the wife, the family, and brother, this new album. Any assistance you need from your Orlando family, we're in your corner. So
I love you. Thank you so much, Obi. Thank you, Ashley.
Absolutely. And thank you to everybody who hopped on tonight. This is we know that you guys all have families and lives and jobs, and Friday night with Clay Walker was the perfect way to kick it off. So thank you so much.
Thank you.